welcome back to my channel. I'm Bethany of Naughty Girl Crochet. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I actually don't know what number episode this is, but welcome to Casting On, my little yarn knitting podcast. So I'm wearing one of my finished objects, so I guess we'll start with finished objects. This is my Seaglass Tee. Oh, some ends poking out. I clearly didn't snip all of the ends, but that's okay. So technically I made the Seaglass Tee, but I don't really wear a lot of like short sleeve knits. So I live in Canada, so I made it long sleeved. So for the contrast color, I just use Knit Pick Stroll Tweed in, I think it's Earl Grey Heather. I'll list it down below. And there's just a whole bunch of like pinky, purple, peachy scraps. Didn't use nearly as much yarn as I thought it was going to. I definitely wish I'd made the like armhole depth a little bit less long. It came out a little bit, what's that like dolman style a little bit, but I mean, it's super comfy. I was a little worried about the sleeves because before I blocked it, they felt really tight. And I went up at least a whole needle size from the body, and they're still obviously, like, you can see a difference in the gauge, but whatever, it fits. I really like the neckline. It's like, it's not too wide, but it's not like, it's actually super comfortable. I'm super excited. I'm very warm wearing it this video. I mean, I don't know if you can see it's raining, but it's like, it's very muggy here. So I'm gonna be very warm this video, but I wanted to wear it. This took so long. This took several months, mostly because I just kept like I'd get to a certain point and then be kind of like over the 1x1 color work and I put it down. And then for some reason I just did not want to knit the sleeves. Like, it just felt so daunting. And so it got put in timeout for a while, and then I just was like, I'm gonna do the sleeves. And they flew. It took me like maybe 4 days to do both sleeves. Like, it just, they flew off the needles. But yeah, it's done. I can tell I'm gonna wear this a lot come fall, winter. Like, it's comfy. This might be one of the comfiest sweaters I've made, which I was really worried that the 1x1 color work was going to be really dense and stiff, and it's not. I mean, it's pretty drapey. I mean, the sleeves are a bit tighter, like I said, but still, like, even at this tighter gauge, it's not dense like I thought it was going to be. So yeah, this is by Wool and Pine Designs. I'll leave a link down below. I actually enjoyed it enough. I'll probably make another one down the road. Like, it was super fun. I really enjoyed it. It's random, it's unique. That's my first finished object. My second finished object is another kind of scrappy project. So I made the Inclinations cowl. So I made the Inclinations scarf wrap thing, and then immediately start the cowl. I have to say, I didn't enjoy making the cowl as much as I did the big shawl. That's the word I'm looking for, shawl. But I mean, I got to a point in the end where I was like, have we done this? So I used some leftover headliner by True North Creative, and then just like a whole bunch of minis by Roll One Minis. So I definitely did something wrong. It didn't come out quite the right shape, and I don't really know why, but I mean, it still works. Like, it's still cute little cowl. It didn't come out quite the right shape when I went to seam it together. I was a little confused, but it still works. It's cute. I mean, I'll wear it, but I do wish it was a little bit, just because I like my scarves to be tight around my neck, so I feel like this would be more of like a fall, early spring cowl, just because I get really cold really easy, so I like to have like a big, fully just scarf that's really tight. So it's cute. I don't know if I'd make another one, if I'm being honest. I don't know why, I just didn't enjoy it as much as the big guy. Maybe because for the shawl I used hand spun, which wasn't technically the right like weight of yarn, so it worked out much heavier and thicker, which is how I like my shawls. And this was like true fingering. So maybe that was it. It just went by slower, but yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this. I enjoyed it, but not as much as the shawl. But I'll wear it, and it was a nice way to use up my scraps. If you don't know, it's summer sock camp, and I love knitting socks. So I have a couple finished socks and a couple work in progress socks. So let's do the finished socks. So I may have just cast it on, or maybe I finished one sock last time. I'm not quite sure. But I made my first pair. They've been worn, so they're pilly. They've been worn, washed, worn, of Rose City rollers. I love this pattern, and I love this yarn. This is Rum Paradise by West Yorkshire Spinners. I had such a hard time trying to find this exact colorway. Like, it was out of stock everywhere I looked, and I eventually found a online yarn store. I think they may have a physical store, I'm not sure. I think they were called Twist Yarn, and they had it, and I was so excited. It was really nice to knit with. I still have a ton of yarn left. These socks are one of my favorite pairs of socks I've ever made. I've worn them a ton since I've made them, a ton. You'll see I immediately cast on another pair because I love them so much. So that's one pair. The other pair has also been worn, but not yet washed. I'm just picking off fluff and cat fur. I made one pair of socks with an afterthought heel that I love. They fit great, they're comfortable. For whatever reason, I have not been able to make another pair of afterthought heel socks that I find comfortable. So I'm trying to play with it to figure out what I did with the first pair, because I didn't write it down or anything. So I just made this, I dove into my bag of scraps and made this scrappy pair of socks with an afterthought heel. And they fit okay, but they're not they don't fit as well as the other pair, and I really don't know what I did. But I'll keep trying. But yeah, I just wanted to use up some of my scraps. I have so many scraps. I am making a scrap blanket, but like, I just felt like making some scrappy socks. So I did. That is all for finished objects, which I mean, I think that's pretty good. It's pretty good for finished objects. I guess technically it's not really a finished object. So I made a placemat, and this is currently being tested. It is called the Easy Peasy placemat, which was really hard to photograph because of the texture and the fact that it's black yarn. But it's a really simple crochet placemat. It's going to be a free pattern on my blog. So this is being tested right now. And I'm in the middle of making a second one. So I guess it's a finished object, but like I'm trying to make a set for our table, so like it's not truly finished. It's not even a hoe, because I want to make at least 6, so I don't know what a 1/6 project is. It's a 1/6 of a hoe. No, a 1/3 of a hoe. Because 3 out of 6 would be half. Whatever. It's not fully finished. The set isn't finished. I'll show you next. So I cast on, like I said, another pair of, oh, wow, I'm all over the place today. I'm sorry. This is living in one of the first project bags I sewed. Not my best, not my worst. It does the job. I've been doing a lot more sewing, so I've been getting much better at it every time. There's still a ton of project bags left over at Skein Appeal. So go check those out. I'm gonna have more coming. Yeah, I'm really enjoying sewing. Anyway, back to whips. So like I said, so I'm not very far. So I cast on another, Jesus, I'm all tangled. I don't have much to show. Another pair of Rose City rollers using, this is the main color is left over from what I use as the contrast color for my outstanding shawl, and the contrast color for the heel is that like lang jowl that I used to make the broken rib shorties. So I'm not very far on those. These got kind of put aside because I had an idea for a sock pattern and I wanted to use them. I have so many sock sets. I've just been like collecting sock sets, and so I wanted to use some of them up. So I wanted to use the 1989 sock set that I got from Sorella from the Taylor Swift collection. Love the color, but primarily bought it because I was born in 1989. So I had an idea for a sock, and it was gonna be this cabled sock work pattern. It was kind of like, I'd recently watched the movie Brooklyn, and in it the main character repeatedly wore this like knit t-shirt that had cables on it, and I really liked it. So I was trying to model it after those cables. I didn't do it properly. It's cabled, it's just not the cable I was going for. But I like it regardless, and this is going to be a pattern. I'm going to write it up. Oh, why is everything tangled today? So I knit these on 9-inch circulars, and then I just switched to magic loop for the toe. So this is it's kind of like a snaky cable that runs the entire front, and on the back it just runs the back of the leg, and then you have your heel flap and gusset, and then the bottom is just plain stockinette. But how gorgeous is this yarn? I really like this red. But yeah, so if you like this and want to test it, follow me on Instagram, because that's usually where I do my calls, either Instagram or Yarn Pond. I use Yarn Pond a lot. If you're a designer or dabbling in designer and you want to find good test knitters, go to Yarn Pond. I find they tend to be a little bit more like, they'll actually complete the test, if that makes sense. I've never been ghosted from Yarn Pond. I had someone drop out because they had some medical issues, and I was like, yep, cool, whatever. Hope you feel better. But I've never had someone ghost me from Yarn Pond, which I'm just like, I never understand that. I'm just like, at least unless you're like in a coma or like completely incapacitated, like just send the designer a message being like, sorry, can't complete this. Let me know when the pattern's out. If it's gonna be a paid for pattern, I'll buy a copy. Like, but just don't drop off the face of the earth. It's rude, and it's hard for the designer because then they don't know if you're just not responding, and then you're all of a sudden, the last day you're gonna be like, I'm done, here's all my pictures. Or if the designer needs to go find another tester, especially if it's something that has sizes. Yeah, it's just be polite and message people if you have to drop out of a test. So that's my little ramble about testing. So that is all of my finished objects and my whips. I've been doing a lot of spinning. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, so I try to take a picture of the roving before it's spun, then when it's plied, and then when it's, you know, skeined up. So go follow me on Instagram to see all the yarn I've been spinning. And also go and check out, I recently got a whole ton of stock from a UK dyer called the Wool Shed Shop over at Skein Appeal, and I did a unboxing video, so go and check that out to see all the new stock. We've got some really nice stuff. Got some mini skein sets, sock sets, really lovely Surrey, and some really bright fun roving. So I just finished spinning one of those up. It's called Spirit, and it's like a rainbow. It's so cool. But yeah, go and check out that video. Go check out the shop. The link will be listed below, along with all the other links. But yeah, so I mean, basically, I guess my acquisitions are all that stock for the stores. Go watch that video. And then we have just a few acquisitions. I'm trying to be really good because I'm going to be going to Knit City, Vancouver in September, and so I'm like, okay, you need to like pull back a little bit on the yarn buying. That doesn't mean I didn't buy yarn this week. I did. But I'm trying not to, but sometimes you have to. So this I actually didn't buy. This I got in a sock swap that was put on by Pearls and Polish is her Instagram name. She did like a package swap for summer sock camp. And so I have my first skein of spun right round, focus on the yarn, not my face. There we go, spun right round in, I think it's called Flying Elvis. Yes, Flying Elvis. How gorgeous is this? I've always admired spun right round because she's just such fun colors. Super excited to knit with this. And then I'm part of the like Love and Stitches Discord membership thing. And there's a D-stash thread, and so I got this as a Knit Picks yarn. So it's called Hawthorne Fingering Sock Labs 2019 Pucker Stripes. So I don't think they make, I'm obviously from 2019, I don't think they do these like stripey Hawthorne skeins anymore. This is so cool. This is so pretty. I'm super excited to knit some socks with this. So yeah, those were my acquisitions. I have more coming in the mail. Next month there'll be a little bit of yarn. A little bit of yarn. More than a little bit of yarn. I was like, when I was like going through my email, I was like, oh, I bought more than I thought I did this month. Oops. So my goal is to not buy any more yarn between now and September. Let's see if I stick to it. The one exception might be Explore Knits and Fibers is doing like a ice cream social collection. I'm just like, oh, I want it. So we'll see. It's a pre-order, so I'm like, well, if I buy it now, it might not arrive for a couple months, so we'll see. But yeah, that is everything I've knit, finished, been working on, crocheted, bought in the last little bit. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go check out Skein Appeal to see all the new stock. Super fun. And sign up for the newsletter for Skein Appeal because you'll get updates before anyone else as to when new stock's arriving. You get special newsletter subscriber discount codes, things like that. So yeah, definitely go sign up for that. And also sign up for the rewards program. I couldn't figure out how to do it like automatically with checkout, so you have to kind of sign up and then log in before you check out, which is, I know, a little weird, but like I couldn't figure out how to get the plugin to like just automatically when you check out give you the points. So sign up for the rewards program, because that way every time you shop, you get rewards, and it's like any other rewards program. You know, once you reach a certain level, you get, you know, a certain amount off, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, go sign up for the rewards program and the newsletter. Yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go take off all my winter knits. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day, night, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next month.